In order to answer the Design for Assembly questions in Design for Assembly version 10, you first need to have a part, subassembly, operation, or library item added to the structure chart. So in this case, I'm going to insert a part onto the tree, and I'm going to call it sample part. Now, this example is going to be for a small part in a small assembly. You'll notice here that my assembly dimensions are put in at 4, 5, and 6, and the part has come in here with default dimensions of 1 by 1 by 1. Now these questions change depending on the size of the part and the size of the assembly. We could see here quickly I could change from saying the part weighs less than 5 pounds to the part weighs between 5 and 30 pounds, and if I do that, you'll notice that the questions change. The symmetry questions have gone away and some additional alignment and resistance difficulties have been added. So depending on the type of assembly and the type of part that you're adding, the Design for Assembly questions will change. The questions are grouped into these group boxes that are titled in blue. So we've got here the item weight, the envelope dimensions. Does the item have any function other than fastening or connecting? If it does, then we answer the minimum part criteria questions. Does it have to move? Does it need to be made of a different material? Or does it need to be separate to allow for reasons of assembly? The symmetry icons have replaced the alpha and beta symmetry in Design for Assembly version 9 with a simple question about whether symmetry of 180 degrees or less exists about no axes, one axis, or two axis. We've got then handling requirements, where you make a single selection, handling difficulties, where you can have multiple selections, the securing process, where I choose one of these 6 icons, and then insertion difficulties, where again I can have several difficulties assigned to a single part. As I assign these difficulties, the process time that's shown down here on the toolbar will change. So if, for example, this part has symmetry about one axis, and nests or tangles and is secured by press fitting, making those selections will cause the labor time to change as I go along. You would simply repeat this process, answering the Design for Assembly questions that appear for the parts that you've added to your subassembly once the structure has been made.